good morning, St. Lucia, and welcome to This Morning Waking Up in the Know with me, Jenna and Gastor. It is Friday. The week just went by so fast. It is May 20th, 2016, and because it's Friday, we're going to go straight into it because I got so much for you here this morning. So, with technology today, I'm going to read my news off of the phone. Ha ha! Because that's the direction we're going in here this morning. Hopefully I'll get an iPad or notepad to read for you very soon. MP for Castries Central, Richard Frederick, says contrary to some media reports, he has not made up his mind if he will contest the Castries Central seat in the next election. Here's a report on that.
Incumbent MP for Castries Central, Richard Frederick, says he will officially make an announcement as to whether he will run the Castries Central seat at the end of the week. During an appearance on Newsmaker Live on Wednesday, Frederick said that reports indicating that he will be running are incorrect and that he still has reservations, despite getting a resounding yes from members of his constituents when asked if he should run.
There is still an iota of doubt in my mind as to whether I should take the plunge. I mean, I understand the concerns of my people. I know that I've really rallied their cause in a positive manner. I've delivered on whatever I promised, and I know that they are looking forward to me being there. Likewise, there are persons on both sides of the political divide who would like to see me away from the polls and not playing any kind of role to divide votes here and take votes there and let it be a straight fight. So all of that I want to consider, and then to come up with an ultimate decision as to whether I permit the two persons going on the party card, so to speak.
When questioned about the reasons for his uncertainty, Frederick had this to say.
Sometimes there are personal issues that you don't want to disclose. I mean, one must understand, none of us exist in isolation. I mean, the sad reality is you punch Richard Frederick, you do him damage. He may need his brothers, sisters, family, partner to come check him at the hospital, bring him food. In other words, there is a certain degree of dependency that exists. All of us form part of a bigger chain, and we don't exist on our own. When we are hurt, if I hurt somebody now, I don't hurt them alone, and I'm quite aware of that. I would be hurting other persons associated or affiliated with that person.
Richard Frederick was elected to represent the Castries Central constituency as an independent member of parliament, having won the by-election held on 13th March 2006, triggered by the resignation of St. Lucia Labour Party's MP Sarah Flood-Bowbray. If he decides to contest the seat, he will go up against Ms. Flood-Bowbray, who is the UWP's endorsed candidate for Castries Central, and SLP candidate Stanley Felix. For the DBS News World, I am Sarah Peter.
Meanwhile, Frederick has shrugged off suggestions that his chances of winning the Castries Central seat have dwindled since his expulsion from the United Workers' Party over differences with the political leader. Here's more report.
If I can do it as an independent candidate with only 9 days, of course I can do it again within less than 5 weeks. That's the assertion from incumbent for Castries Central, Richard Frederick. Frederick was making reference to his possible chances at the next general elections. While Frederick has expressed reservations about the possibility of him going up, he nevertheless believes he would stand a great chance.
In 2006, only 9 days, and I came in as a novice. I can tell you now I have approximately 5 weeks, and I'm not coming in as a novice. I'm coming in with a record, a track record of performance. So that, when you juxtapose that to me as a candidate, then I think we can break all barriers and succeed in flying colors.
Frederick, however, expressed surprise at the level of support that he received from his constituents.
I expected support. I expected some support, but I never expected that level of support. The enthusiasm is there, and it's because persons know that Richard Frederick has delivered. It's not a situation where I step in as a novice. It's not a situation where they cannot judge me based on what I've done. Right now, I am one politician. If you speak to my constituents, they would tell you this is not, when you speak of politicians making empty promises, don't put Richard Frederick in that category, because whatever he says he will do, he does, and he does it within quick time.
Frederick first won the Cashie Central constituency seat as an independent candidate during a by-election held on the 13th of March 2006. For the TBS News World, I am Sarah Peter.
And before I leave you to break for the horoscope segment, I just need to say for the Castries Southeast Youth Organization, yes, they will be having a family fun day that is in Bexar on Sunday, May 22nd. And guys, I really want everybody to go out and support, because I will have the youth organization here with me next week, and they're going to talk about all the great things that they're doing for their community. And guess what? It's the youth. That is why we need to go out and support our peers, support our colleagues, support our friends, support our neighbors, in order to make this nation a much better place. So, Castries Southeast Youth Organization Family Fun Day, May 22nd. When we come back, I've got your daily horoscope. Welcome back, St. Lucia. It is now time for your daily horoscope.
Aries, your ego and physical vitality should experience a boost today. Try to hone in on the solid, grounding energy that's encouraging you to come to terms with your emotions. Be aware of the fact that your gloomy attitude may be starting to weigh heavily on the ones you love. Taurus, it might be hard to find the exact direction you're looking for. It could be that there's a strong force urging you to slow down and be more practical with your energy. This may not be the advice you want to hear, but it's probably the advice you need to follow. Gemini, just when you're feeling good and solid in your plan, something or someone may step in to rain on your parade. You could get the feeling today that you're taking one step forward and two steps back. Cancer, restriction might weigh heavily on you today. Perhaps you're being reminded that there are some important details that you need to take care of. Perhaps you need to adopt a more disciplined approach in your life. Leo, try not to worry much today. Take care of details and work to get things accomplished. Check things off your list and you'll feel much better about yourself and the direction you're headed. Virgo, aspects of your life that you've neglected lately might haunt you on a day like today. Make sure you're keeping up with all your responsibilities. Things may come to a dramatic climax at this time, and you could find yourself at an important crossroad. Libra, you might find it easier to connect with others at this time. It would behoove you to reconnect with friends or family members you may have lost touch with. Their energy can bring an entirely different perspective to your life, which could surprise you with its richness. Scorpio, you will find that disciplined actions are the best way to go about your day to day. Stay focused on your path. You can accomplish many tasks at the time if you play your cards right. Sagittarius, decisions will be even more difficult to make than usual today. On one hand, you may feel a need to stabilize, while on the other hand, find that your energy is raging in a million different directions as you want to seek new experiences and social interactions with others. Capricorn, there's a solid grounding to the day that might have you feeling less than energetic about getting the ball rolling. Don't be surprised if there's a sense of restriction and duty wearing you down. Times of rest and reflection are very important in the natural circle. Aquarius, things will go and more things in your favor over the next 4 weeks. Although today you might find that they're slow to getting moving. It could be that there is a bit of stress on your body and that you aren't feeling very motivated to get up and go. Pisces, Discipline and a sense of duty have been major themes for you lately. It might seem like someone has put the brakes on your current plans of your life. Try not to see this as a negative. In reality, this is an important time for you to slow down and plan.
That was your daily horoscope for today, Friday, May 20th, 2016. When I come back, I've got a very serious guy with a very serious message, a more of a touching message. Stay tuned because there's so much when we come back. Good morning, St. Lucia, and welcome back to my breakfast table. And joining me here is Tyree Hippolyte. He is a very special guy with a very special message, and he's going to tell me why he's here, and he's going to tell you why he's here this morning. Good morning, how are you?
I'm good, how about you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Tell us exactly why you're here.
Well, I worked on a project with a few friends. We did a short film on the rape that has been happening throughout the island.
Okay.
Because as you know, it's basically becoming an epidemic. So what we really wanted to do was raise awareness, especially to the young people of St. Lucia, so that they are basically knowledgeable of the ways and means of dealing with that situation. So we constructed that film project with a realistic situation where a friend gets a ride home from another friend, and in that process he gets the wrong message and, you know, forces himself onto her.
And where did you do this little project?
Well, we did it at Rodney Bay, near a famous club.
Okay.
Yeah, but I can't really say the name, but
that's
it was
fine.
Yeah.
And what was the process like? How did you enjoy doing it? Is it something that you felt very passionate about, that's why you wanted to go ahead and make this film?
It wasn't for enjoyment, really. What we tried to do was make it as sad as possible.
Okay.
We tried that. Throughout the video, you would get sad music just to show you the severity of that situation. We didn't want any joke about it. The entire team was serious throughout the film.
Okay.
So that's basically what we didn't want it for, like an enjoyment. We really were serious and wanted to get a strong point.
It's a serious topic. I mean, rape is a very serious topic, and so I'm glad that you all took a very serious approach. We're gonna show you some of the PSA or short film, and then we will be right back with Tyree at the breakfast table.
My heart is waiting to figure it out. Throw me something, help me turn it around. What do we do when we're out of control?
There you have it, guys. That was just some snippets of what you produced. Tell me, what was the inspiration really behind it? Was it just the rapes, or do you have a personal experience? Do you know somebody who has been raped?
I do know a few people. Well, not a few. I wouldn't say a few. Probably like 2 people that has been raped.
That's a lot. Huh?
Yeah, they never really felt the need to come forward with it, but other than to confine in a few friends.
Okay.
That really wasn't the main reason. I just basically saw that I wouldn't say the government, but anybody really wasn't doing a lot with the rape situations.
Okay.
I didn't want it to just be something that you hear about today and by the weekend it's done.
Okay.
I wanted to get that strong point across.
Right.
That's why we're trying to organize a march.
Okay.
To help people express themselves and have people, professionals that deal with that situation, advise them on how to deal with those situations after the fact and prevent those as well.
Right. And you told me that you're an accountant at a hotel.
Yeah, I'm the project storekeeper at Sandals Latok.
So you're not really into filmmaking.
That was my first project.
And this is your first project. So how do you feel now that you've actually accomplished a project of such severity?
I would say I feel good because it's a really work of art for me, myself, being my first. But mainly, it's sad that it has to be focused on that situation.
Yeah, I understand completely what
Yeah.
you but do you think that it will allow you to do, or maybe it was your calling to be the one to have to do something of that nature where other people shy away from the topic? You felt like you had that sort of inner strength to take it on, headstrong?
I wouldn't say calling. I would just be that me personally, I like to deal with situations head on.
Okay.
I saw that no one was dealing with that in that way, and I felt the need to do something about it.
All right, great. Now I know you have a young lady here with us in studio this morning. Just tell me her role, because she'll be coming on after the commercial break. Just tell me her role and her participation in the film.
Well, she was the first person I contacted. She was the star circulating that whole short film.
Right.
She was the most serious person, I would say. And yeah, she was great.
She was great. All right, Senisha, so there you have it. When we come back, I'm going to bring our star for the PSA. She's going to sit down and have a chat with me and tell me exactly how she felt being a woman, of course, creating a PSA of that nature. There's so much more when we come back. Welcome back, Nusha, and I have with me Tiffany King, and Tiffany was the star of the what is it called, the rape PSA, the Say No to Rape, Say No to Sexual Violence. What is the name for it?
Well, I think you can refer to it as any of the above, because it actually is Say No to Rape, you know, not asking for it.
Right.
So I guess it depends on what you want to refer to it as, but it's all around the same topic. So
now you had to play that very important role of the young lady. How did that make you feel, basically?
Okay, so at first I thought, okay, it's a really good project. I like the whole theme and everything that he's aiming for. And I was like, okay, so that's a good idea. Do you want me to find you somebody to play the role? And he's like, no, how about you do it? So I'm like, okay, well, I've never done that before. And because of the topic, I was a little skeptical. You know, I'm like, well, I don't really want to put myself out there like that. But at the same time, I'm like, it's a good experience. It sends out a good message. So why not just give it a try?
Okay. And so you gave it a try?
Yes, I did.
And in that scenario, in that situation, did you actually, I know you're acting, so you're not really being raped or violated, but did you actually feel it?
Some parts, yes. Even afterwards, when he sent me, you know, the unedited version of the video, I was like, okay, I cannot really watch this because it's a bit traumatizing.
Right.
So I'm happy that it is traumatizing, because then it will send out a really good message, and I guess people can relate to it more. But for me, I was like, oh my gosh, that's, I don't know, I wouldn't want to experience that. So I'm sure I cannot talk on behalf of people who have been raped.
Yeah.
Because it's something, I guess, it's only
they can understand.
So.
But I mean, you played the role.
Right.
You invoked whatever feelings, or you know, that they get, and so you can somewhat relate to it, and already you're traumatized, much less for the actual victims of rape.
Exactly.
what was it like working in collaboration on the team on the night? What was that like? What was the atmosphere like for you and for the rest of your team?
Well, since we already knew each other, I said I will say it wasn't really a difficult task, but I mean it has its challenges like any project. But thankfully we pulled through. Everything worked out okay. I mean, it was a great experience. We had a few laughs and fun and probably getting the flu.
Right.
But overall, it was a really great team. I think the message that's going to come out is great also. I wouldn't mind working with them again because they're really professional. Everyone saw the need to actually put themselves out there and make it work. So kudos to them.
And Tyree said that you were the one pushing, and you were the one, you know, when you heard about the project, you said yes, and you started to push it and you put it out there. Why do you think you put it out there? And not because of the obvious, because you're a female, but why do you think you felt the need to put it out there?
Well, like he said, a lot of people don't come forward when that happens. And I think it's always good to have a voice on your behalf to talk about your situation or to represent you. And I think that's what we're trying to portray. That's what we're going to bring forth.
Okay.
So I think it's, you know, it's something good to push videos, films, whatever. Once you can put yourself out there, you can reach a wide audience somewhere, somebody. It will help them. They will know that they're not alone, that other people actually care. So like you said, it's not just about being a woman, because that's the first thing people will obviously say.
Yeah.
But it's just the mere fact that, you know, people are out there and they're going to see it, and you never know, sometimes that would maybe help them come forward.
Okay.
So
guys, I have to say I'm very impressed and I'm very inspired this morning, because you know, one of the things that I picked up from both Tyree and from Tiffany is that a lot of our leaders and prominent persons in society are very disappointing the youths and disappointing the general public in the way in which they're handling, or the mannerism in which they're handling this serious topic of rape. And here we have a bunch of young people who basically took a stance and said, hey, listen, if you're not going to send out that message, we're going to do it for you. And so I'm very impressed. I have to say I am very, very impressed, and I'm also very honored to have you all here with me this morning to talk about this situation. And I hope all the best and the success in the PSA. Do you think that you guys are going to collaborate and do some more? Would you like to collaborate and do some more on other, maybe not only that topic, but other topics that affect us generally?
of course, because I mean it's all about consistency. You don't start something and then you finish it, because that's what happens most of the time, and you know nothing pulls through. It's the same cycle, and then you know someone else comes, okay, I'm going to start this project, let me speak on X, Y, and Z, and then they stop, and then another group come, and you know it's always a cycle. So if we can actually continue and make this not just local but international, and actually, you know, come forth with something great, then why not?
All right, so our time is running out and we have to go to, well, that's it for the show. But thank you so much for joining me, and thank you, Tyree, for joining me as well. I know you're in the back of the studio and you can't be at the table with us here this morning. But thank you so much, guys, for coming on the show. I hope you at home, you take in the message, the very strong message that these young people are trying to send out. Catch me back same time, same place tomorrow for another episode of This Morning with me, Jenna and Gaston. It's been a pleasure, and I'm saying bye-bye.